Coming into this episode, a lot of us web novel slash light novel readers and even manga readers, where we're looking over, seeing there's gonna be trigger warnings, there's gonna be any viewer discretion advised, there's gonna be any rants, any trigger warnings coming out of Twitter, the pitch black gates of Twitter as we all know it. Like, oh snap, we all know what was going to happen in this episode. So we're wondering, how was the internet, and I mean Twitter, was going to react to this episode? And you know what I mean at the very end of that. Because for some reason, no matter what happens, any little bit of controversy, these people overreact over every little thing. And I was looking for it. I'm like, I might retweet some of this stuff, show it all the little salty, angry little rage nerds on Twitter. But so far, so good. Nubbin. I am surprised, actually. I thought we were going to get something like that, but guess not. So, without further ado, let's get into this review. Now, the dream pretty much said everything about this entire episode. It really did. And another reason why, for those who've been reading the light novels and those who've read the web novels, I really do advise you do read the manga. The manga may tell things differently, but it also adds in different perspectives on what the characters were thinking, and also was approved by the author themselves. So, the things that do happen in the manga, in a way, are not, I want to say fully canon, but it's a different perspective, I would say. And one thing they didn't show in the anime is where Rudeus' dream, where he wanted for everyone to go back home. He wanted everyone to be, just talk and make friendships and be a family. He wanted Ruger to be there. He wanted Eris and her family to be there. He wanted Sophie and Roxy. He wanted all of them to be there as a family, despite what may have happened in the magical Mana calamity. He still thrived to have that dream. But by the time he got there, things were so different. And I love how people on Twitter were comparing the differences between beginning of the series to how the series is right now, where you saw this beautiful place Rudeus grew up in, and that's one of the things I do like with Mushoku Tensei, is how they always show the scenery, how you can take the settings and the culture of each place Rudeus goes to. His place was a beautiful countryside of vast green fields, wheat fields. Fall looked amazing. The winter looked even beautiful as well. Lakes, rivers, people smiling, waving hello. All that good stuff. It was so beautiful. You even showed a little ferret thingies flying in the sky, like it did in the very first episode. But now it was completely different. The tree that he would hang out with Selfie, all that stuff is gone. His house, everything. It's cloudy, it's bleak, it's dim. You see refugees all over the place crying and shivering and just praying for things to get better. You see an entire wall of the missing and the dead and the found. Only very few were found. A lot were found dead. And many, and I mean many, are still missing, including Rudeus' mother, Zenith, and his childhood friend, Selfie. Where are they? We'll find out later down the road. Now, Rudyard leaving was another thing that hit him, but not in a, he was a bit sad, but yet he was more resolved with this, because he knew it would happen eventually. Rudyard would be on his way to find his people, especially after hearing what Rudeus told him, saying how the curse itself would slowly disappear. How La Place put the curse onto the spears that the servants were using, and since Richard got rid of the spear years ago, and even showing how Rudeus changed his life. It's completely different. He spent 400 years after that war failing because he didn't understand a different perspective or a way of how to do things, how to make things better for his reputation or his tribe. He would do the same thing over and over again. Despite what a great guy he is, the world may have never known what a good guy he was until Rudeus came along with he took Kami's advice. And even though Rias kept saying he didn't do anything, Rias did do something. Hikami just gave him some advice here and there, but Rias is the one put in the effort, making how it could happen. And it helped out a lot. Seeing people no longer fearing that and seeing what he could have done to the families he saved, the villages he helped protect, changed his reputation, changed his name. So therefore, he's no longer, still feared by some and many, but it's going down bit by bit. So, of course, Richard is extremely grateful for what he has done, and he parted ways, treating them as children one last time, then going off to find his people. A very nice and beautiful emotional farewell. Then we get on with the scene with Eris and Ghislaine. Now, Ghislaine is safe, of course, she's safe, but however, Ghislaine herself been on one heck of an adventure as well. She actually became some sort of war god in some other small country. They're not on her adventure. Another reason why I say to read the manga, because in a way, I feel like this scene was more emotional in the manga than it was within the anime. Hearing that her parents and her grandfather were both, they didn't just pass away, they were killed. Ghislaine traveled to the area that was in the middle of a war, where she found Eris's parents brutally mutilated and hung in trees, bare naked and just completely unrecognizable. And they show this in the manga, showing Ghislaine's pure face of distress and despair. Some they didn't show here in the anime, showing that she found her parents in the middle of a war zone, completely torn apart, and she was participating within that war, only to find them, but failed to save them. So made her way back home. But little did she know, she became a war hero, a god to those people that she aided during that war. But that's a story that you have to read if you read the books. Now, hearing this news, it felt more emotional in the manga. I'm going to tell you the truth, it does, because, they're arguing amongst each other what to do with Eris. And then you hear Eris saying, "Be quiet," and then tell everyone to leave. And as Rudeus leaves, he hears her crying. And then he's in his bed. Not just, he was staring at the wall, but he was also, thinking how his dream is slowly meeting its reality, where it's not what he wanted it to be, where he wanted everyone to be together and celebrate of being safe, and her parents, his parents, and friends and family all together, just being together. However, that is not the reality that is sinking in. It is not. It is this one. It's cold, dark, and bleak. It's been a while since we had this kind of atmosphere within this series. And they did do it that well, at least. So then it shows Eris coming in, the controversial scene where she says, "I want to have kittens with you, meow." He dropped the cup, and you hear that? He just dropped the cup. And yes, the scene finally happened. And he wakes up saying, "Good morning, everyone," in English. He's all happy and surrounded around all these people. Some still in despair, some are happy because they found some of their families and loved ones. And now he sees locks of hair, and he reads the message that Eris leaves him, saying that she's gone. Him and her are not a good match yet, so she's going to go away now. Remember, Eris is not good with her words. But the way Rudeus, I don't know, you probably guessing how does Rudeus takes this? Well, as you can see, he's not taking it very well. I guess it's probably cracking up to him, because so many people have yet to be seen and some have left his life. And he didn't want to say goodbye. So Eris was the last person he was expecting to say goodbye to, especially what happened last night. But I guess that's not the case. So, of course, he would cry and probably took the message the wrong way. So, yeah, Eris is gone with cut hair, In Japan and other Asian countries, cutting the hair is a symbol of change within a person to grow up to move on, to abandon their past. So, what becomes of Eris? She joins Ghislaine on a little journey that will last for quite a while. So, yeah, this scene it hit hard for Rudy. This poor little Rudy's like, and in my brain like, yo, Eris, she smashed and passed. It's like the good old Drexel would say. Man, that sucker just smashed and passed, man. She hit, she quit, she left. That's the only thing that was going through my mind when Rudy woke up, and I knew she was going to leave as she smashed and passed, man. I wanted to make that the title, but nah, man, I couldn't make it too funny. Smash and pass should be the title of this review. No, it will not. So, what happens next? Well, we have to find out. Next Sunday is the final episode of season 1. And when will season 2 happen? We'll wait and see. Probably like 2023. I'm not expecting anything in 2022. I'll be shocked because I want these guys to take their time. But if anything does happen in 2022, I'm expecting 2023. We'll have to wait and see. So anyways, like that for the video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, like, comment, and subscribe. And of course, hit that bell icon. This has been the Madcrownxox on Anime. Signing out.